So hi, we're Kephalos, and we'd like to show you some behind-the-scenes stuff of our writing process. My name is Matt. I wrote this particular song. This is
Janessa.
Yeah, and she's usually the lyricist, but in this particular song, she didn't have any lyrics or anything. It's an instrumental. Mm-hmm. So, yes, but she's also writes her own songs as well because she's starting to get pretty good at Ableton. Yeah. So, it's so distracting. So we like to split the process into stages. The first stage is the writing stage. Mm-hmm. So let's pop open Ableton real quick and let's see what's going on. There's my mouse. There's my mouse. Okay. The song that we're doing is called Now It Can End, but the working title for it was Resample Madness, and you'll soon see why.
Sure, we had it opened already.
Oh.
Did you not try opening these?
No. Get
prepared, babe.
I was like, fuck it. Let's do it live.
Let's go wing it.
Which one's my hard drive? Oh, I used up all my USB ports. Where's the power supply? Hey, I see our sample drive. Media files are missing. Ah, that's just liquid music. Does it not record the mouse location?
You shook up Gray.
I shook up Gray.
Yes, he's all crying right now.
He's cleaning himself.
He's crying.
So we realized the mouse didn't show up. We had to come up with a janky solution, and I just found a piece of software that puts a circle where my mouse cursor actually is. Next video, we'll have the actual mouse cursor. Hopefully. Probably. Most of the songs you write, at least most of the songs I write, I know, they all start with one kind of weird idea. Mm-hmm. This song started on an accident, sort of. We were recording another song, and I was recording some vocals, and they were not working out. I spent a while trying to find the original vocal sample. I might have deleted it. But anyways, the whole song is based off of one vocal sample. And here is the least processed version of this vocal sample that I could find. And that vocal sample is, I think it's going through a vocoder singing "Don't You Know" way too high. It's not a very good line, and so, which is why it's trash and it's garbage. And we processed it until
recycled.
We recycled it so that we could reuse it and make it something usable. All right, so check this out. I remembered the plugin that I used to get the vocal sample effect. So here, Command F, search, it's in Reactor, return. All right, so it's called Molecular. This is the plugin I use. The init patch, which for some reason is under a single DSP for some reason. So init. The main two effects that I use in here when messing with sounds, I don't remember the exact ones I used in the song, but it was probably either plagiarism, resonatarium. Else I used the vocoder in here. I don't know. A quick peek at this. Let me record something real quick to extract to a clip. Kephalos is my favorite band because I am in it. So why wouldn't it be? Alright, so let's check out some of those effects. So let's check out plagiarism real quick. Let's turn it on. Kephalos is my favorite band because I am in it. So why wouldn't it be? Kephalos is my favorite band because I made it fully wet and even mix it with the original because I am in it. That's probably not what I use. I probably use resonatarium. So why wouldn't it be? Kephalos is my favorite band because I... Maybe it was vocoder. Is my favorite band because I... So why... Basically, all these effects can destroy the sound in interesting ways. So anyway, why wouldn't it be? That's about that plugin. So...
Stop. No.
I don't have to add sound effects when I move things. Okay. Throughout the song, I took that sample that I showed earlier and I chopped it up a few different times. And this is like one of them at the beginning. I took this and I put it into this sampler here. So when you play it, and it's actually, I believe, it's pitched down from what it originally was. And that's what gives it that weird sound. And then after that, which is, if you look down here, you can see that that's actually based off of the waveform up here. Remember where I had the looping one? It's literally just that, just in a sampler and repitched. And then there's this other instrument here. Does this even play? Oh, it says scratch. So, okay, so I remember this now. So some of these sounds, when you play them back in the sampler, if it'll make noise. Why aren't you making noise, bro? Oh. I also took it offline because apparently when it was online, it was glitching out at the time too. So for some reason or another, this sound was causing the sampler to glitch out. So I took the whole thing offline and I bounced it out to a new track. I could have just, froze it, but at the time, I don't know. I didn't. I'm kind of curious what this sounds like. Let me show this and find it real quick. So now let's open up the info. God, I don't want to open up iTunes. Change everything. I'm doing it. I don't have to right click anymore because double click. Oh yeah. I said. So then the next section is. So then there's this sound, which doesn't seem like it could possibly be from the original sample at all, right? Let me show and finder. And it's just that sample, just higher pitched, which causes it to get this really, really cool, I don't know, like this glitched out, like kind of eerie sound to it. And then after that, you've got this, which is so this once again up sample. Currently it's that, but so the mode that you put the sampler in is very important to how it sounds. So I do this a lot now. There's like the reverse reverbs, and if you don't know what a reverse reverb is, just Google a tutorial. It takes like 2 seconds to learn. It's the easiest thing in the world. But basically for like each section of this song, well, not each section, but some of the sections that I felt like needed an extra like lead in, I put in like these little reverse reverbs and stuff. Then there's a little bit of extra stuff in here now towards the bottom, this contact stuff. This is how it sounded originally during this section. I was like, it's missing something. So I went and I found this little viola ensemble inside of contact, which the default like factory like strings and stuff, they still work great. And so I did two things. I have it so he's just like playing this little like 2-note chord. It's not really a chord, but it's just like an octave, like it's just like an octave roll from like one note to like the octave above that note, Then also I went in and I did another reverse reverb, but instead of like having the reverse reverb lead in to like the beginning of the section, it's actually just always there. Mm-hmm. I think it was like an old pop song that kind of did that effect. But I'm doing it on strings and stuff instead. So So each string has this little thing that kind of fills in the gaps. But instead of like a normal reverb, where a normal reverb would be like after the note, like this like brings you into the note instead of like the note saying goodbye. The note's kind of coming in and saying hello in a way, you know. You can see like during the beginning, I have this sample like this playing on its own, and I thought about having these other purple instruments coming in, the metallic piano and little scratches coming earlier, but I didn't. I just deactivated them. But at the end, actually, these are two new instruments to kind of help fill in and add emphasis to that thing. Just because, and I used one of my favorite libraries, which I always forget about. And I want to use it more, but I forget about it all the time. It's called Kinetic Metal. It's been in contact and complete for like forever. But it's just like all these like weird like metal things getting slapped about and like dragged through stuff and
drugged up and dragged up.
And then this aluminum scratches is from I think the same library, and I just use these kind of metallic tones to kind of like fill out stuff. Notice there's the drums there now, and the drums are just the drum. I added the drums just because it felt a little. It needed something to pick up at the end, you know. And could have brought in drums earlier in the song, maybe, but I kind of wanted to keep the just like that sort of like depressed vibe of like the song going, you know. Okay, so let me talk about the arrangement real quick. So, for the arrangement of this song, I think it's one of those songs where the way I work a lot of times is I'll create like a little 8-bar loop of something, and I'll add another instrument and create a loop on top of that, and I'll just keep on stacking until I have like basically like this grand build-up of a section. And then after I've done that, I'm like, okay, has all the elements of the song, if you're doing like a progressive style song, kind of like this is. And then you'll just kind of like spread all of those things out across your session and just kind of have them come in kind of how you wrote them sometimes. Or maybe change it, like why not? Whatever works. And that's basically what I did here. Just kind of spread it all out and laid it out. So that's about arrangement. So that's about it. We have plenty more things to talk about in the future, about our other songs, about our music videos, about our live show, and our live visuals. So stay tuned for that.
Subscribe and follow us down in the links below.
Did you just do it?